Hi everyone, it's Christy. Welcome to another episode of Junk Journal January 2025. This is the journal I've made for the Junk Journal activities this month, and today we're up to day 8, and the prompt is antique. So I thought about several choices and decided to go with making some journal cards. So I went to the Library of Congress and downloaded a number of free public domain, really old images. They have a great selection. They're all free to use. And like this one is an old photograph. I just printed these out, on cardstock. But this one is an old photograph. They're ice skating in front of the Lincoln Memorial. I thought that was a great picture. Lose a little bit of the detail. It's kind of small. At least the version I printed was small. And this is a wintry picture of a girl holding poinsettias. And here is an advertising poster for Star Toboggans. Loved that picture. And this is just a winter poster. It's got the artist name on here. I can't recall. It wasn't an artist I was particularly familiar with. But I just loved the old horse-drawn sled and the antique-y look. And then this one is an old poster, an antique or vintage poster. It says for January, and this is Junk Journal January. Got a nice wintry scene, and it says, "A good year of reading ahead." So I thought on this one I'd be able to jot down the titles of any books I'm reading this month. And so that gives me a nice place to journal a list of books I'm reading. So, although these are, printed out as antique, I thought I would kind of ink them up a little bit and add to the antique look. I'll start with the pretty girl. Let me get some ink on my dauber. Make sure it's... Let's see what this does. So this one I'm using just a kind of a rust color because it kind of blends with the picture that already has kind of that rusty color in it, in the matting. And I might go a little bit deeper just to knock back some of that extra white. Yeah. I thought about trimming that white off, but I decided it would start making my journal card a little bit smaller. Wasn't sure I wanted it too small. So I'm just inking over that white area. Make it look like it's all part of this thing. So I'm gonna ink up the back a little bit just to carry over the color. I don't just ink the edge. I like to use it for a splash of color, especially when I want to give it that aged look. And now I'm going to come in and darken up the edge a little bit with just some brown. Sometimes adding 2 or even 3 colors to something will really add a depth of color to it. I'm just kind of carrying over a little bit of the brown into onto the back. So that, maybe go a little bit of brown onto the front too. Just not too much, but just enough to darken the edges a little bit. So there, kind of antiqued that one up. If I wanted to go a little bit further, I could, brown it up a little bit more, darken it a little bit, but I think that's good. Okay, one done. What are we going to do next? Let's do this one, because we're going to brown this one up a little bit more. I should move this over here so I'm not reaching so far. I love the sound of inking. I think that's why I do it. I just like that. It's like when I'm not narrating a video, I just love to sit here and do it because it's like one of those ASMR. Have you seen the ASMR videos where there's no talking, it's just the sounds of the crafting? Love those. It's so relaxing to just listen to the sounds. Let me know in the comments if you've watched the ASMR videos. I might in the future dabble with that a little bit, but this video series requires some narration, so just kind of maybe darkening the corners a little bit more. All right. You know what? Since this is white, I'm gonna kind of darken up the back, knock back that white a little bit. A paddle brush would be good for this because you wouldn't get the circle lines, but I'm using what I have in my hand, so. And then I can even see adding multiple colors just kind of really deepens the and I'm even going to go in and put some of that red tone in there. It's not red, it's like a no, it's like a burnt orange. There, getting some nice color and texture on that. So, you've been getting snow where you are? Well, I know a lot of the country has a lot of snow right now, and even in places where they don't normally get a lot of snow. So, hope you're all doing well in that regards. I am in Montana, so snow is quite normal for us. And yes, it has been snowing here in Montana this week too. I laugh because so many... It's kind of hard because I watched all these people freaking out over 2 inches of snow, and we get snow measured in feet frequently. You haven't lived until you wake up in the morning to at least 4 feet of snow. It's a different experience in the Rocky Mountains. You know, this has the red toboggan. I might bring in some of that orange on there too. It's gonna pick up about the same. Okay. And once again, I'm going to add just some smattering of black, just to really give that depth of color. I love it when I just really like the results whenever I use 3 colors. It just really takes it up a notch. And then, just to make sure, I'm going to go around the edge in black again, I think, just to darken up that edge. Alright, 3 down. And this one I'm not going to add too much color to it because it's a black and white photo. Actually, I can tell from the picture that the original was one of those old metallic photos. Have you ever seen one of those really old metal photos? They used to, instead of developing pictures on paper like we're used to, they would slide a piece of metal in the camera and the exposure would go onto the metal. Really, really cool if you ever come across one of those. I think they're actually probably kind of valuable because there's not very, relatively speaking, there's not that many around anymore. So if you ever come across those old metal pictures, they're great. I'm going to leave that one just kind of black and white. I know the white on the back maybe isn't quite so antique-y looking, but I'll just stick with the black and white theme on that one. Oh, one more. What do I want to do this? We'll just brown this one up, I think. And there we go, getting some deeper brown on there now. I'm trying to decide if I want to leave that white border. That kind of strikes me as too much white on there. I probably should have trimmed that white down or even off. But again, some of these were small and I didn't want to make the picture, the journal card too tiny. There, I kind of liking that better. Knock that back. And I'm going to just maybe hint a little bit of that orange color in there. Yeah, that's actually bringing out the pink in the toboggan a little bit just by adding just a hint of that orange. Okay. That one's pretty darkened on the edge. I don't know if I need black, but I'll just hit the black lightly on the edges just to give it a really nice definition. Oh yeah, that's... Okay. So there we go. Just to review, we have the journal card that I can write my book reading list on, the black and white photo and of them ice skating on Lincoln, in front of the Lincoln Memorial, the Winter Days poster, the toboggan, what was it called, Star Toboggan advertisement, and the beautiful little girl with the poinsettias. All right, so that is for my antiquing one, and I was going to use these because I had been creating pockets and I hadn't really been stuffing them yet, so now I have some stuff to put in the little pockets and tucks. Actually, this one's gonna look really good there, I think. And then I have, where did it put it? Put that one there, and maybe I'll go back to this and put that behind there. All right, so now we've got some stuff in the pockets and moving right along. Well, thank you for joining me. Let me put this back in frame a little more. I appreciate you taking the time to watch. Let me know in the comments if you've been participating in creating a junk journal for Junk Journal January. And if you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. And I want to say thank you for watching. God bless you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.